The biggest problem with investing right now is there's way too many stocks, way too much data, and way too much noise constantly coming at you. When there's too many things going on, when there's too much noise, when you're thinking too much, it'll just leave you paralyzed and you just don't know what to do. You don't know what stocks to buy, you don't know where you want to buy, you don't know why you want to buy. And that's a real problem. And if you're facing this problem, we're going to talk about that in this video. And I'm going to give you some tools to help you with that problem because that's a problem that I've personally had in the past, especially whenever we have a bear market or a correction. It just seems like there's so many great deals out there. There's so many stocks that I want. I really love all these companies and want to be a investor in them. But the problem with that is you can't own them all. You can't put $1 into 1,000 stocks and expect to change your life or your family's life. So let's get into it, guys. If you like these types of videos and these breakdowns, hit that like button, do me a favor, subscribe while you're at it, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos going forward. First, we're going to get into the noise and how to cut out some of the noise. The first way you can cut out some of the noise is stop digesting so much noise. There's X, which used to be Twitter. There's YouTube. There's tons of different influencers. There's tons of different retail investors that are constantly talking, including myself. And what you really need to do is you need to, one, cut out some of the noise by essentially limiting who you're listening to. Only be listening to the people that you really respect and you respect their analysis and you respect their framework and how they do things, their process. The second thing is stop being on social media so much, right? Social media it's there to continue to get you to consume and consume and consume. So I think if you want to be a long-term investor, one, you don't need to be looking at your portfolio every day. Two, you need to, be limiting how much time you're on and doom scrolling and looking at everybody's opinion on a million different stocks because that's going to sway you. That's going to take your conviction and make it go up and down. You can take things in and take it in with a grain of salt, but then when you're actually making your decisions, make your own decisions. And that bleeds into our next reason. Why am I buying this stock? And then we'll get into where I'm buying this stock. Why am I buying this stock? Well, there's tons of great investing platforms out there. We've built one. ValueSnapshot.io is here to help you understand and move through your research in the most simplistic way. From the overview page to getting a brief snapshot of your of the company that you're researching, to going through the charts, annual, quarterly, and trailing 12-month to look at the revenues, the net income, the EPS, free cash flow, down here to the margins, to look at KPIs, to really understand what the business is doing, why they're doing it, and how they are growing over time. You can also look at the financials, get a quick insight of the financials, go into the income statement, balance sheet, cash flow, valuation. You can run a discounted cash flow, EPS, Rule of 40, PEG ratio. You can compare all four at once if you wanted to. You are basically systematically going through, seeing what analysts say, seeing what analysts are guiding for. It's everything at once. You even have AI analysis. You have a snapshot here. AI analysis, you can simply go through and get a quick look at and a summary of earnings that they just had. You can go here and look at the snapshot that'll download, and basically it gives you a quick little snapshot, obviously, of the company. So we can see, where the company is going, what the analyst targets are, what the EPS fair value is, and even the snapshot overview of the future and giving you a verdict, fairly valued. And that's mainly because the DCF, discounted cash flow, is actually going pretty poorly right now just because they're spending so much money, right? So earnings transcripts, this is where you can just generate an AI summary really quick, really easy. You can go over your SEC filings. You can also see market briefs. You can see the overall view of the broad sectors, the themes, what themes are doing the best year to date and monthly. This website, or there's tons of other great websites out there. You just need to find the website that works for you to do your research in the most simplistic way. That way you can systematically move through, okay, what are they doing financially? Who are they? Where are their financials pointing to with simple charts to read and running valuation analysis? Because besides that, you're using your intuition and your knowledge in that sector and studying and understanding what the business is and where it's going and how it's going to impact. It's easier with bigger companies, obviously, like Meta. You understand social media is so big, like we already talked about earlier, and you understand that it's going to continue to grow over time and they're going to be able to continue to monetize all that with ads. But it's just about finding a platform that you can do your research on in the most simplistic way and there's not too much noise. So you can sit there and say, do I want to be a shareholder of Meta? You can run through your analysis, you can run valuations, see what analysts are saying, have AI help you all on one page. Then you can move on into our last question. Where am I buying this stock? Where am I going to buy? Because it's one thing to say, I want to buy Meta. It's another thing to sit there and actually systematically buy. So you aren't buying at the top and you're definitely not going to buy at the bottom. Sorry to tell you. You want to be a systematic buyer of this company. But if you just lump sum $10,000, all your money into Meta, say, like if we move over here to the charts, if you lump sum that money up here at $750, sure, in the long run, you're going to do good because I think Meta is $1,000 plus company. But in the short run, you bought at 750 and it came all the way down to 500. So you missed out on an opportunity to be buying lower. So what you need to be doing is something simple. If you don't know what it is already, I'll explain it to you. Dollar cost averaging, DCA. Dollar cost averaging is where you put a set amount of money every single week or every single other week or every single month, and you're putting the same amount of money into a stock that you love or an ETF like the VOO that tracks the S&P 500 that you love and you want to be a shareholder for the long term. You're doing this every single week or every single other week or every single month. And it's basically investing in your future. It's just saying, I want to be a shareholder of Meta. I want to own 5%, 10% of my portfolio, 15% of my portfolio in Meta. If that is the case, then you do not just lump sum buy, you dollar cost average. Let's say you're dollar cost averaging one time per month, and your average is $500 per month. So every single month, you are going to dollar cost average $500 per month. I am a believer that when the stock sells off and it gets even more undervalued, you should be buying more, right? If Nike, it's a Nike store, if you had a pair of Nikes that you wanted the new Air Jordans, and you could either have them at full price or you can have them at half off. You would go buy them at half off instead of full price. It's the same thing with stocks. Just because it has a price attached to it, just because it fluctuates, doesn't mean that this isn't a business. It's a business. If you're buying Nike or buying Meta, you are a shareholder of the business. And as a shareholder of the business, you shouldn't be shaken out by what the price is doing. You should only be shaken out if the fundamentals aren't what you thought they were when you were buying in. If your investment thesis changes, if you believe that Meta is no longer going to be the social media juggernaut of the world, and you believe that they're doomed because this new thing is coming out, then yeah, your investment thesis has changed. So dollar cost averaging every month isn't good enough in my opinion. It's good, but not good enough. And this is why I created the DCA optimizer. The DCA optimizer is here to make it super simple. You put it on the chart for any stock, and it'll tell you when you should be holding, not DCAing anymore. All the white candles are when you should continuously be DCAing one times, so that $500 per month is a 1x DCA. Okay, $500 per month is a 1x DCA. Then it also tells you when you should be 2xing your DCA. So that would be, for here, that would be $1,000 per month because it's a 2x DCA. Then here we have a 3x DCA, and that would be $1.5 thousand per month. And then finally, we have a 4x DCA, which would be a $2,000 per month buy into the stock. And you can do this at the beginning or at the end of each month, whatever you want. You can also do this weekly, but we're looking at a monthly chart here. So I would probably do it, I'd probably be doing it once a month at the beginning or end of each month. And you see what we're doing here, right? So if you're just constantly buying one times, so $500, but when the stock goes down and you're doubling it, you're taking your cost basis from here down to here. And then you're tripling it, you're taking your cost basis from here down to here. Then you're quadrupling it, you're taking that cost basis from here down to here. Did you get the bottom? No. But maybe you bought some shares at the bottom. And if you're buying some shares at the bottom, then you're going to do very, very well, as you can see, because your cost basis went from here, basically with a 1x DCA. But by buying more when it's under and oversold, you took your average cost basis down to here, down to about $169. So at $169, you returned a massive 386% on your investment. Currently, even though it's down still, and now it's a 2x DCA today, you still are up 240% from those lows. Now, let's say your cost basis, you only did one times for that entire time, you only did 1x DCA, then you're probably about 260. So, okay, you still made 204% at the peak, and you're still up 100, let's say 15, 14% right now, but you missed out on 300 and almost 200% up because you were just normal dollar cost averaging instead of doubling down, tripling down, quadrupling down, increasing the amount of money that you're putting in to build out your meta position when we were very oversold. When people thought, oh, meta's doomed, meta's done because of the metaverse. But as soon as they flipped the switch on that and started spending less money, then people were like, oh, wait, no, they make a ton of money. They're great, blah, blah, blah. And the sentiment shifted. And then we saw a massive move higher on this name. So I wanted to make this video just to simplify things, right? And if you want to access to valuesnapshot.io, you can come on over to the site, valuesnapshot.io. If you want access to the DCA Optimizer, a community of like-minded investors, and where we run analysis on many different stocks, and including we have the high conviction portfolio that's currently up still, even after the massive pullback that we're having, massive, questionable, I guess. It's still up 42% year to date. And we've been buying in the high conviction portfolio, and that is specific stocks that are my highest conviction. I've been buying into those, and I believe that when we finally bottom and flip the script on this market, we're going to see outsized gains again. We might do 100% year to date, depending on where the market lands this year. But we go into detail on the stocks and what we need to be doing. So I just dropped this article on Oscar recently, just dropped this video on Oscar recently. Check it out on YouTube. And then I was saying Oscar is still a 1x DCA, and I gave the levels for a back test that I will be buying at, right? So this month, after that, we already DCA'd this month. So next month, based on where the levels are and based on the 1x DCA, we might 2x DCA, or we might just 1x DCA again. But it can be that simple, guys. It can't be that simple. Researching can be super simple, and where to buy can be super simple. And then overall, cutting out the noise and making sure that you're not being influenced too much by what everybody else is doing. Because if you are, you're never going to get traction. You're never going to build a portfolio that you have high conviction in. You're constantly going to be chasing the new shiny toy. You're constantly going to be chasing the new stock that's hot right now, or the new theme that's hot right now. And what you're going to do is you're going to chase, buy high, and sell low, because you won't have the conviction to hold through the red. If you don't have conviction in the stock, and you're not bullish on it for the long term, and you're buying it, you say you'll buy more when it goes red, but I promise you when it goes red, you will sell and you will not buy more. If you enjoyed this video, guys, do me a favor, smash that like button, subscribe so you don't miss any other videos I drop in the future. And if you want to join this community and get the access to the DCA Optimizer, you can do that, link in the bio. If you want access to Value Snapshot, link in the bio. Thanks, guys, for joining. Hope you guys have an amazing day. Catch you guys in the next one.